it's very important that crime victims are heard and their needs are met, because trauma and having traumatized children and traumatized family members takes a burden on the whole family, your whole family makeup, and also on the community.
Right, I'm a victim of violent crime. Like, got shot 4 times, 3 times in my chest, 1 time in my arm. I went into a coma afterwards. Woke up out the coma a month later. Woke up to my mother and 3 tubes down my throat, tube on my side. 1 grazed my kidney, 1 grazed my heart, and 1 hit my lungs. Like, at the time I felt as though I wasn't a victim, like, at the time, like, cause I wasn't looking at myself as a victim, like, I was just looking at it like an everyday thing, like, you feel me? It happened, everybody gets shot, like, I mean, everybody, you feel me? I just looked at it like, dang, it can happen to anybody, it's my time, like, I gotta worry about it every day, you feel me? Like, facts, like, cause it's bound to happen, and it's sad to say when people say people get shot and killed every day, cause it's the truth.
I used to live on Avon and South 13th Street in the South Ward of Newark. I worked at a restaurant, evening hours. I had to take the bus there and the bus home. That's how I got back and forth to work. And I heard a car stop behind me. I turned around, I seen a man with a gun. So he comes walking up to me. The only thing I remember him saying is, "Don't run." And I didn't, and so I got robbed. It was a bad experience. Took my cell phone, a couple of dollars I had in my pocket. That was bad enough, but one of the main problems I had was the next day I went to the police station, I went to the precinct, and I said, "Hey, I was robbed." And they said, "When were you robbed?" And I said, "Last night." And they said, "Well, you just wait till now to come for this?" And I said, "Well, yeah, you know, it was late at night. I wasn't going to walk back down the same streets that I just got robbed in to come for help or to file a police report about being the victim." And he said, "Well, we can't help you here. You have to go to Franklin Street or Green Street, wherever it is down there, Franklin." I go down to Franklin and it was the same thing. So it's just an instance where you're the victim of a crime, and then the way that the systemic trauma affects you is you're re-victimized. It ended up being I never filed a police report. I just took the loss.
My name is Akila Sherrills. I'm the director of the Newark Community Street Team. And today we just held a Healing Day in action to talk about victims and survivors of violent crime and accessing healing services to support us in our respective healing journey. I am a survivor. At the age of 8 years old, I was sexually abused as a kid. I didn't come to terms with it until I was around 19 years old in college, after I had a transformative experience there. I never knew how the experience of abuse affected my life until I got to college, until I met this beautiful woman who was everything that I wasn't. And I womanized, I objectified her, I violated her in ways that were, not honorable. But I was also fortunate that she was a very compassionate and beautiful person, and probably saw something in myself that I didn't see, and created sanctuary so that I could talk about the deep secrets in my personal life, which helped me to access the gift of who I am. Stories are profound ways in which people can discover more of the gift they have to give. I believe that where the wounds are in the personal life is actually where the gift lie. Sometimes we have to sit long and hard in the anguish and the pain to metamorphose, to give an idea about the experience so that it actually serves us as opposed to working against us. So I'm fortunate to be a survivor and a member of this respective community, sharing my experiences of healing, with my brothers and sisters, so that we can essentially create a beloved community and decrease violence and crime in our respective neighborhoods. But more than that, give folks greater access to healing services and resources and tools to support them in their respective healing journey.
Hello everyone, I'm Senator Joe Vitale from Woodbridge. I'm the chairman of the Health Committee in the Senate, and I'm here today to support crime victims throughout our state. But this effort today is really terrific to bring everyone from the community together and talk about all the issues crime survivors have themselves, their family members, and those who are impacted by crime. It's clear to me through the efforts of this organization and others that New Jersey isn't doing enough, and that crime victims are often left without a voice, and the family members who suffer, and from not just from the violence or from the crime itself, but from all the traumatic experiences that they go through and live through every day since that crime. It also appears to me that the state has not stepped up in a timely manner to help these victims. Many times they're too traumatized or too afraid to ask for help, to know where to get the help, and once they do, sometimes that help just isn't enough. And so the legislation I'm introducing this year will begin to right those wrongs. I'll be working with my colleagues in the legislature, many here from Newark and across the state, to make this right, to make those claims timely, to get those victims the help that they deserve and need in a time of need. When you have to bury someone or care for someone in a hospital and the resources are just not there in a timely manner, everyone suffers. And that's just one example of why it is that the victims' crime compensation system is broken. We're going to fix it, and we'll get that done next year. But today is a good first step, and we'll applaud all those victims and their family members and volunteers throughout the city of Newark who have helped put today together and to continue this march forward until we get this thing fixed.